Hi friends, I'm here again. Today we are still going to statistics. So the following are the lengths in centimeters of 40 planks cut by a machine in the wood processing factory of January Craft and Non-Limited Owo. So we are given this set of data. So 71, 67, 73, 72 till the final one, which is 76. So this type of data is not yet grouped. We are to group this data using class intervals 56 to 60, 61 to 65, and so on like that. So after that, in our table, we are to construct a frequency table showing clearly the class marks, class boundaries, cumulative frequencies, and after that, we are going to find the mean, median, and mode for the distribution. So without wasting much of our time, let's quickly solve this question. So by writing our solution, so what is the first thing we are going to do? So here we are given the class interval. So let's take this class interval. So we write it here in our table. Class interval, class interval. So let's use C dot I to represent class interval. So our class interval starts from 56 because if you look at the data here, the least data is from 58 here. So I think the least is 58. That is why we are to start. Okay, we have 57 as well. So 57. That is why we are starting from 56 to 60. And the highest is 88. 88 is the highest data here. So we are going to stop at the range of 80 to 90. So let's start 56 to 60. So we are going to have 56, 56 to 60 to 60. So the next one is 61 to 65. So if you look at the range, so it's 5, 5. So from 56 to 60 is 5. From 61 to 65 is also 5. So the next one should be 66 to 70. Then 71 to 75. We have 75, 76 to 80, 81 to 85, 86 to 90. So this is our class interval. We can write total here. We can just write total here. So after that, from our table, we are to show construct a frequency table. Let's look at frequency first. Before we can write frequency, we can have our frequency in many ways. See that by counting those that fall at this range. We look for the data that fall at this range, 56 to 60. So by looking for them, but without wasting much of our time on that, let's just try to look tally. Let's use tally form. So I think that one will be better. So that one will not waste much of our time, or at the end of the day we might not encounter any loss of data. So if we continue like that, so let's look at the first one. So 71 is at this range. So 71 is here. We have this. So we have 83 is between 81 to 85. So the next one is 68 is here. So we have 58 is here. So we have a 68 is here. And we have a 67 is also here. We have a 73 is here. We have 73 again. We have here. We have a 65 will be here. So we have this. We have a 70 is here. So we have a 73. 73 is at this range. So we have a 65. 65 is here. We have a 69. 69, we cross it when it is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 51 we used to cross it. That's 70. So that's 69. Sorry. So we have a 68. 68 is here. Start another one. We have a 80. 80 is at this range. We have a 72. 72 is at this range, so we cross it. So we have a 78. 78 is here. We have a 71 here. We have a 73. 73 is here. We have a 73 as well, so which is here. We have a 78. 78 is here. We have a 74. 74 is here. We have a 65. 65 is here. We have a 78. 78 is here. We have a 63. 63 is here. So we have a 68. 68 is around 68 is here. So we have a 72. 72 is here. So we have this at 72. We cross it again. We have a 62. 62 is here. We cross it. We have a 83, and 83 is here. We have a 88. 88 is here, of course. We have a 77. 77 is here. So we have 77 here. Cross it. We have a 57. 57 is here. So we have 74. 74 is here. We have a 88. 88 is here. We have a 68. 68 is here. We have a 70. 70 is here. We have a 76. 76 is here. We have a 60. We have 81. 81 is here. We have 64. 64 is here. We have a 76. 76 is here. So we have 76 here. So let's now look at the tally now. We now have our frequency. So for the frequency, let's count. So we have 2. Here we have 6. Here we have 5 plus 4, making 9. Here will be 10, making 11. Here will be 7. Here will be 3. Here will be 2. Okay. So this is our frequency, and if you find the total, so let's look at the total. The total, so this of course is going to be 40. We're told that it's 40 planks, so we're working on 40 planks, so the total must be equal to 40. That is if we are correct. So the next thing now is to find the from the table we have to show clearly the class marks. So what is the class marks? That is the X. So let's find the class mark. That's our X. X is the class mark. Class marks. Class marks, that's our X, the value of X. So how do we get the class mark? So we just add this the lower and the upper class interval. We add it together and we divide the total by 2. So this plus this divided by 2, 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 this plus this divided by 2. So we have the corresponding value here. So let's add it like 56 divided by 56 plus 60. We are going to have a 116, and when you divide it by 2, so you are going to have a 58. Okay, so here we have a 58. So when you add this as well, if you add 61 and 65, so you are going to have 126, and when you divide it by 2, so your answer will be 63. So you are going to have a 63. So here what do we do? Instead of adding and subtracting, especially when you have much data like that, so don't waste much time. Just try to look at the difference. So you check the difference. The difference in the sense that you find 63 minus 58. The answer is going to be 5. So since the difference is 5, just be adding 5 to get the next value. So 5 plus this, we're going to have a 68. So when you add 5 again, we're going to have a 73. 73 plus 5, we're going to have a 78. 78 plus 5, we're going to have a 83. And 83 plus 5, we're going to have a 88. So this is our class mark, which is the second one. We are done with a class mark. So the next one now is a class boundary. How do we obtain the class boundary? So let's denote it by CB, class boundaries. So to get the class boundary, these are the lower class intervals and these are the upper class intervals. From each lower class intervals, we are subtracting 0.5 or half from each value. So that will give us the lower class boundary. Then to get the upper class boundary, all the lower class intervals, we are adding 0.5 or half to each value in order to get our upper class boundary. That is, so 56.5. When you subtract a 0.5 from it, we are going to have a 55.5. And when you add 0.5 to 60, you are going to have a 60.5. So the same thing, we have a 60.5 to 65.5. So this we just start it 65.5 to add it 70.5. This we start it again, the same thing as subtracting, which is 70.5 to 75.5. So we have a 75.5, so 80.5, so 80.5 to 85.5. So we have a 85.5 to 90.5. So this is our class boundaries. So this one is done. We are done with this. So after the class boundary, the next thing is the cumulative frequencies. So let's donate that one by CF, cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency. This one is class boundary, cumulative frequency. So how do we get cumulative frequency? So this is our frequency. We are adding the next frequency to the previous frequency. So the answer we obtain will be our cumulative frequency. So what started is 2. We have 2. So when you add 2 to the next frequency, we are going to have 8. So we add 8 to 9. So we are going to have a 17. So you add 17 to 11. So you are going to have a 28. So when you add 28 to 7, you are going to have a 35. And when you add 35 to 3, you are going to have a 38. 38 plus 2, we are going to have a 40. So this must be equal to the total frequency. So this is our cumulative frequency. So we are done with question A, which asks us to construct a frequency table. So the next question now is we have to estimate the mean, median, and mode for the distribution. So how do we obtain the mean, median, and mode for the distribution? So far we can clean this question. So to find the mean, we know that our mean, that is question B. This is our question A. So we know that our mean, which is denoted as x bar, is given as a summation f of x over summation f. This is our mean for grouped data. So we can write I is an integer from 1 to n, I from 1 to n. So this is our fi, this is our fi, This is also our what? Our xi. So we are going to we are going to create a table for fx. So that is f times x. So this summation means we sum everything up. So we are going to create a table for here, a table of our fx. So I. So how do we obtain that? We are multiplying these two. So 2 times this, 6 times this, 9 times this. So we obtain our table like that. So let's look at the multiplication. So when we multiply our 2 times this, 2 times 58, so we are going to have 116. So if you multiply 2 by 63, so 6 multiplied by 63, we are going to have 378. So 9 times 65, 9 times 68 rather. So we are going to have 612 or 612. So we are multiplying 11 by this. So 11 by 73, we are going to have 803. So after that, we are multiplying 7 by 78. So 5 are 46. And 3 times this. So this will give us this time this will give us 9 and 34. So that's 249. So we multiply this by, so which is 16. So write 6, keep 1. Total this, that's 16 plus 1. That's 170. So that is the fi. So the summation here means we should sum everything. So we are summing everything together. So when you sum it, that is 116 plus 116 plus 378 plus 612 plus 803 plus 546 plus 249 and plus the last one, which is 176. So we have 2880. 2880. So we easily put our value here, our summation f of s. So we put it, this one will be 2880 divided by summation f. That's our sum of frequency, which is 40. So when we divide it, so what are we going to have? So 4 here, that's 7, and 4 here, that will be 4. So 74 centimeter. So this is our mean. So the next thing now is to calculate the median. So we have to, this one is gone. So we have to calculate the median. So what is the median? So median is given by the formula Li plus n, or summation f over 2 minus cumulative frequency before the median class all over frequency of the median class times c. So where our summation f all over 2 is our median position. So that one will give us if we want to find the median position, which is 40, so we put summation, that's 40 all over 2, we divide it, and this one will give us for 20th. So 20th, we are looking for the 20th position So if you add it, let's add the frequency. So this plus this will give us 8. When you add it to this, so it will be 17. But we are looking for 20. At least 20 will complete here. So we can circle it with our pencil. So this is our position for 20. And anything we want to find here, we can easily find it here. So from there, we can easily find our CFB. So CFB means cumulative frequency before the median class. So this is the cumulative frequency. So this is the cumulative frequency of the median class. This is the cumulative frequency before the median class. And this is the cumulative frequency after the median class. So that's what that stands for. So our CFB will be equal to the cumulative frequency before the median class is 17. Then F, that's frequency of the median class, so which is 11. And LI, that is the lower class boundary of the median class. The lower class boundary of the median class. So this is the class boundary of the median class of the table. So the median class will have the lower class boundary and the upper class boundary. So this is the lower class boundary of the median class, which is 70.5. So our LI is 70.5. So C is equal to class size. So that is the range from 56 to 60. So that is 5. So if you count from 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60, so that's 5. So our class size is 5. So what else? Nothing. We just need to substitute all this to this formula. We put all this and we simplify with our calculator. So let's quickly do that. And how would that work? So let's do that. Our LI, which is a median, will be equal to, I'm substituting to that formula, which is LI plus summation F all over 2 minus cumulative frequency before all over frequency times C. So let's substitute. Our LI is giving us this 70.5, then plus so the median position will have a 20. So 20 minus CFB, that's cumulative frequency, that's 17 all over frequency of the median class, we have 11. So times C, which is 5. So this one will be 70.5 plus when you subtract this one will be 3 times 5 all over 11. So we have a 70.5 plus this times this, that's 15 all over 11. So let's divide it. So we have 15 divided by 11. So that one will be, we have 70.5 plus 1.36. So let's approximate it to 36. So when you add the 2 plus 70.5, so I'm going to have a 71.864. So let's approximate it to 72 centimeter. So this is the median for this given distribution. So the next question now, which is the last question, is the mode. So how do you obtain the mode? So in doing that, let's clean this out. Let's clean this. So let's look at the mode. given as this formula plus Fm minus Fa all over 2 Fm minus Fa minus Fb times C. So I do like this plus Li, that's mode. So this is the formula for calculating mode. So your Li is the lower class boundary of the modal class. Your Fm is the frequency of the modal class. Fa is the frequency above the modal class, and C, of course, is class size. So let's find the value. The first thing we are going to do is we look at the modal class. So the modal class. So this is the modal class. But we know mode is the highest frequency. So the one with the highest frequency is 11. So mode and the frequency and the median, I think they are in the same class. So we have 11. So we cycle it again. So this is the lower class boundary. That will be our Li. So Li, which is the lower class boundary of the modal class, which is 70.5. So Fm, that's frequency of the modal class. So the frequency of the modal class, this is this. So frequency of the modal class is 11. Then Fa, that's frequency above. This is frequency above it, 9. And Fb, that's frequency below. This frequency below the modal class, which is 7. So our C is equal to 5. So let's substitute everything. So here we're going to have our mode equal to Li, we have a 70.5, then plus so Fm, that's 11, minus Fa, that's 9, all over 2 times Fm, 11, minus Fa, 9, minus Fb, that's 7, then times 5. So let's simplify this. This will be 70.5 plus, so when you subtract this, we are going to have 11 minus 9. So we have a 2. So 2 times that will be 10 all over, this will be 22 minus that's 17, 16, right? So this will be 70.5, then plus 10 all over, so 22 minus this, so that will give us 6. That will be 6. So let's divide it. So this will be 70.5 plus 60. So 10 divided by 6, we have 1.666. So this one give you 1.66. Let's say 7. So when you add 2, so plus 70.5. So we are going to have a 72.17. So we can approximate it to 72 centimeter. So this is how to calculate the mean, mode, and median of any given class of any given distribution. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So whenever I drop any new video, so you quickly get the notification and try to watch, and always try to comment. Please, when you subscribe, comment if there's any area you want correction, so I will quickly take note. Thanks very much. I remain Formula Akonle Isaac. Thank you.